Potty training. It's messy business. Believe me, I know. Take it from a mom who literally had poo fall on her head. I don't need to go into that. But if you're curious, I'll tell you at the end of the video how that happened. My husband and I have 5 kids, and our 2 youngest are autistic. And Simon, our youngest, our 3-year-old with level 1 autism, is now potty trained.
No, pee, that's me.
You pee? Good job.
And I'm excited to share with you what my husband and I did to help potty train our autistic child. But just think of the day when there will be no more diapers in your house.
It's unbelievable.
The first thing we did was make everything that we could in the bathroom his size, or at least available to someone his size. A really big chair that you can't get in and out of by yourself is intimidating to anyone. You want to make sure that your kid can reach the light, that they can come in and sit on the toilet by themselves, that they can get off, that they can wash their hands by themselves and reach the soap and the water and the towel to dry their hands. With Simon, we keep this step stool right here next to the sink, and we got one of these, a training seat with a step ladder. And I love how light it is, so he can actually put it on. If it's already off, he can put it on himself. When we were first potty training him though, we kept it on all the time. If any of my older kids or my husband used the potty, they were supposed to put it back on so that it would just always be there for him. But now that he's potty trained, he's got the hang of it, he still uses this because honestly, he's so small, he would just fall in. Some people like getting a small potty and then transferring the big potty. I've done that before with my kids. I don't love that method because I feel like you have to potty train them all over again, but you do whatever is best for your child. 2, get your child excited. For Simon, we went to the store and we got him underwear with his favorite TV show cartoon on it, which is Spidey. It's a Spider-Man show. When he unwrapped it at home, we treated it like a present. We made a special spot in his closet where they would go, and he was super excited, jumping up and down about his new spider underwear, even though he didn't really understand exactly what they were. The third thing that we did that I recommend if your kids like books, we read a potty book with him every day, at least once a day. And then when we were done with the potty book, we would ask, hey, do we have a potty at our house?
Simon, do we have a potty in our house? Yeah, where is it? Simon, is it over here? No. Wait, that's a potty? No, I like that. Is that the potty? No.
He loves looking at books, and so if your child is interested in books and will sit with you as you read a book to them, or maybe they'll even, look at it and turn the pages, I do recommend a potty book.
A potty time?
Yeah.
And the one.
Can you go to the potty? Now there are so many ways you can prepare your child. Those are the 2 that really worked for us. I'm not gonna go over all of those ways, but I did make a PDF for you. Down in the description, there's a link. And the PDF is 12 things that you can do as a parent before you even set your child on the potty. I really want it to be helpful for you guys to help prepare yourself and your child and everyone in the family for potty training. Number 4 is set up rewards and incentives. This is gonna look different for each child because everyone's motivated differently. With Simon, 1 cookie was enough. We just kept a little box of cookies in a cupboard above the toilet. He knew where it was, he couldn't get it, but he also knew every time he went to potty, every time he was successful, he would get one.
Okay, Simon. Here's your cookie. What do you say? Say thank you.
Got your cookie in your movie because you're such a big boy going potty. This could look different in your house though. Maybe you have a basket of little toys or prizes, like dollar store type things. Maybe you have a chart and they put stickers on the chart. Maybe they earn things after they have 5 stickers or something. And when you're deciding what incentive or rewards to give your child for going potty, please make sure to make the goals attainable. You want them to be able to achieve the incentive. So make sure that they don't have to work very hard for them at first. And then when they start getting them, you can have your child work harder for the same incentive. Say, oh, well now, it's if you go twice in the potty, or now if you stay dry all day instead of staying dry for a couple hours, things like that. So Simon just went pee-pee in the potty. As soon as we sat down, he just let it out. It was so exciting. So he gets his movie back on. Do you want a cookie?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Potty training is hard, but we'll be talking about this soon on our call. And if you don't know about our club, there's a link in the description below where you can join our weekly call. We hang out, answer questions, and talk all things autism. So remember, if you want your child to stay on the potty for a certain amount of time, remember that's kind of boring. So here's number 5, keep them busy. For most kids, the first time they go potty is actually an accident. It's not really on purpose. It's not planned. They're sitting on there because they were told to, and they have something to keep them busy and a reason to sit on the potty. So again, this looks different for everyone depending on what they're motivated by. Simon, you can see here, loves drawing. And since I didn't want to have a bunch of crayons and markers fall in the toilet, which can happen very easily, we got him a little sketch pad, and he was very motivated to stay on that potty and wait. After a child accidentally goes and then gets a positive reinforcement, then they realize that going potty is a lot better than having an accident. Put in the comments what we missed. What are some things that you did with your own child, or maybe you're autistic and you want to give your input? Please, we would love to hear your story and your thoughts about this, because a lot of times it can be really difficult for parents to know how to support their child and how to help them. Number 6 is set a timer. Now you might have a timer on your phone that works well, that's great, but make sure it's one that they can see and hear, that you can show them. What I love about using a timer and why we used a timer for Simon was because it wasn't just mommy nagging on Simon. It was, oh, the timer says it's time to go. And he can look at the timer and he can see how much time he has. A lot of autistic kids can understand a schedule a little bit better visually, and so a timer that he could see, that's a different type of reminder that you can use to help him, go on the potty every hour or every half hour or every 15 minutes or whatever you decide is best for your child. Timing is really important too. You need to make sure that your child is really ready to start potty training. Some kids are ready when they're older, and some are ready really quickly. My little daughter was ready when she was barely 2 years old. She came up to me and told me herself that she already potty trained herself. She could go on the potty, and I was ecstatic. I was like, okay, show mommy. She's like, I'm gonna show you. And she stood right there in front of the potty and stood up and then let pee drizzle down her little leg. I tried not to laugh, especially when she said, but it works for Benson and Mark. She was ready to be potty trained. She just needed her mom to teach her that she needed to sit because she's a girl. And her 2 older brothers might go differently, and that's okay. Another sign that your child might be ready is if they come to you with a dirty diaper. They are uncomfortable with their dirty diaper. It's wet, it's annoying, they want you to change it. Timing is really important. We actually sold our home, moved into an RV with 5 kids, and we visited all the national parks in the US. When we lived in an RV, it was not the right time to potty train Simon. So you need to make sure before you start this adventure in your life, this new chapter in your life, make sure that it's the right time for your child and for your family and situation in life. In the RV, it would have been excruciatingly difficult to try and potty train Simon. So we waited until we were done with our big trip. We moved back into a house, sold the RV. It's okay. And we had a more consistent schedule so that I could really concentrate on his needs and potty train him. If this video is helping you in some way, please consider subscribing. Number 7 comes with experience. It's get to know what your child looks like when they need to go. If your child doesn't like peeing their pants and having an accident, then a lot of times they'll hold it, especially when they're doing something fun, they're playing, watching their show. They don't want to leave. They don't want to have to go to the bathroom. It's annoying to have to go. Simon, do you need to go pee-pee? We're just gonna stop the show really quick, and then we'll come back. After we go pee-pee, we'll come back really quick, okay? It'll be super quick. Can mommy help you? Mm-hmm. Okay. It'll be really quick. And then we'll come back and watch the movie. It'll be so fun. Okay, let's go. Come on. Good job. Can you turn on the light? So kids will need a reminder. We actually got this on video on accident. My husband and my little son, Simon, were playing on the computer. They were typing, and then he noticed that Simon looked like he needed to go potty, and then this happened.
10.
You did a 10? A 12, huh?
10.
Do you need to go potty?
No.
Okay. Good job. Okay, let's go. Let's go potty.
When a child has an accident and they're all wet and then they come to you and find you, you don't want to get mad at them in that moment because it was an accident and they're learning what to do. And so if you get mad at them, then they might hide that they had an accident. They might not tell you. They might be afraid to go at all. And so you just want to teach them that they don't want to be wet. You go, oh, you're wet. That's too bad. Let's get you dry. And so that has worked for Simon. That's worked with our older kids as well. 8, this is important. This is simplify. So this is going to look different for every family, but I want to tell you what we did with Simon. It made the biggest difference. So you need to assess the situation. What is going on with your child? What is difficult for them? What could you do to make things more simple and less difficult for them? One thing with Simon, we noticed that he wanted the light on. Even if it was light around the house and the light was coming through the window, he still wanted to turn on the light. But sometimes the stool wasn't there, so we'd have to go find the stool. And that was just another thing he had to do before he'd go to the potty. And if you waited to the last minute, then sometimes he wouldn't make it.
I didn't make it.
So for a while, for a couple weeks, I've always made sure that the stool was right there next to the light. One thing that made it hard was that when he waited to the last minute, because he was doing something fun, right? Then he came to the bathroom, he'd take a long time to get his little shorts off. So we just kept him in underwear for a couple weeks, just when it was us at home, right? And that actually helped a lot. So be sure to look at what your child's doing, what you can do to simplify the process of going potty, and then do it. Remember, if you have an autistic child, you're in good company. Number 9 is use videos. There are so many choices of songs and YouTube videos and TV shows with cartoons probably your kids already are watching that have teaching moments about going potty. There's a lot, like this one, and 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 this one. You may or may not have these catchy tunes stuck in your head for a couple of weeks, but if it helps potty train your child, it's worth it. It can really help normalize the idea of going potty and help speed up that learning process. Number 10 is regression. Please know that this happens to everyone. It's super, super normal. And don't get too frustrated. Keep on going and try to keep your patience, because almost every parent has been through potty training. They feel like they've done it, check the box, we're done, finished, and then you see a puddle in the corner of the room and you're like, what? This happened with Simon right when we were getting really excited that he was making real progress with potty training. He could even go to the potty all by himself and wash his hands. And then this happened, and it was not fun.
Don't? Daddy have one?
It's been 3 days and Simon is too scared to have a bowel movement, and he's been holding it in. It's actually very common for toddlers to do that.
Ow, ow.
It's taking too long.
Let's, I don't know, let's put him on the potty and then see if he'll go, and if not, we'll do that one. We actually put a suppository in him this morning, and that hasn't seemed to help. So we're gonna do an enema, which is kind of awful, but hopefully we'll just get done quick and get out of him so he can feel a lot better, because he's absolutely miserable. He was just up like several times last night, and we couldn't get him to go, so wish us luck. Number 11 is help your child become more independent. So as you see them make progress and use the potty more often and be dry more often in the day, then notice what more you can expect from them without pushing too hard. With Simon, I got to a point when I realized I was helping him too much. He didn't need as much help as I was offering. And I remember one time he wouldn't go. He just sat there and he wouldn't go. I was like, what do you need? What do you need? And then I realized he's embarrassed and he wants his privacy. Now, if he needs help wiping, I will stand outside until he's done his business, and then I'll come in and help him with that. He is learning fast. So you as the parent can find ways to gradually give your child more independence. Remember, if you have an autistic child, you're in good company. And the last one is generalization. Help your child go potty in different places. It's important for kids to generalize in different locations, especially if they're used to their own potty at home, and then all of a sudden they're at school and the look and feel of it is incredibly different. They might need help. I actually went to Simon's preschool and I was helping out, I was volunteering. He said he needed to go potty, so I took him. I said, oh, this is a great opportunity. I thought to myself, I can make sure that he is comfortable using the facilities there and teach him if he needs to be taught anything. We got there and I was so impressed with how small everything was. He could reach everything and he could do everything. He even stood in the spot when he was done going potty where he's supposed to stand in line. Like, watch this, it's so cute. Do you know how to turn on the water? Can you turn on the water? Oh, good job, good job. Here, we can go this way because it's just us. Potty training is messy business. Take it from me, a mother that literally had poo fall on her head. It's because my child smeared poo on the top of his safety bed and then I went in there to get his sheets and it fell. Don't worry, I took a shower. That was like years ago. Here's 12 signs of mild autism and an autism playlist. Be sure to check it out.